I'm not going to hold your hand when I say this, girl, you need to change. It's not cute. It's not cute. It's making all of us look bad. And people will rather judge rather than to see you as an individual. It's time to talk to you guys. And honestly, this video doesn't have any direction, but it is something that's been absolutely heavy on my heart. And I really want to share it with my girls because I absolutely love you guys and I want the best for you. It's so strange because a lot of people do say that they are girls, and they continue to see their friends make bad decisions and they continue to see their friends drown. I don't know if it's because they are the same and they just can't see through the madness, or they are looking for their friend to feel, but I love you guys and I want to share this message with you because it's important. It's important for our community and it's important for our evolution. So here we go. The black experience. The black woman experience is very uncouth. It's ghetto. It is jarring to say the least. Like, whew. The black experience is bad, you guys. And I want us to get a handle on it so that it doesn't get out of control, just for like the betterment of the people that are watching us at a certain age. Whether we like it or not, we are examples to the youth. And what I've noticed is that we are not displaying the right characteristics in order to elevate our community. And it almost seems like the default is is the angry black woman. And honestly, I want you guys to receive that because we are not holding each other accountable for our behavior, especially in public. Now, whether it's warranted or not, that is a different discussion for a different video. However, whether you like it or not, you are showing up for every black woman. Once someone receives who you are indeed the black experience. So it is definitely time to have this painful conversation. And yes, we are going to have to hold each other accountable. I see so many times where black women are under comment sections saying things like, oh, where's the men that's holding men accountable? Where's the black women that's holding black women accountable? Because honestly, the way that we are behaving in public is it's becoming too much. I don't know. I don't know. I do feel like a lot of healing has to be done within the black African American community. However, just as I said, when you show up, you are showing up for every black African American woman. And I really want you guys to receive that because whether you like it or not, it is the experience. And the experience has not been a good one. And I'm going to dive into those things a little later. But I want to give you guys some background on who I am initially. And then we'll just like kind of dive into like basically why I feel the way that I do. And I know I'm not alone in this. And I do feel like a lot of the times we just would rather not. You know, a lot of black women who elevate, they would rather not deal with other black women who act a certain way because they kind of try to dissociate from these black women. I'm going to take a different approach because I absolutely love black women. I think we are amazing at our core. I do feel like we can be refined. I know that we can be refined because I was someone who was once of those. I did not care how I was perceived. And I believe that a lot of black women fall victim to this. They're just so frustrated with everything around them and how society portrays them that they just do not care. But I really would love for black women to care a little bit more because it's going to elevate our race as a whole. Okay, so we all know the statistics of, black women being unmarried. We all know the statistics of black women being a single parent. We all know the statistics of all the things we've been told over and over again, those statistics. But I feel like the message is not being received because it's coming from the wrong messenger. And here I am, a black woman from the hood, and living a life inside the hood and actually elevating and becoming something more, and actually just listening to what society has to say about us without feeling offended has been like the ultimate. It has been the ultimate like glow up for me. And I do know that we are very like emotional. We're women. I never want to take you away from your emotion. I actually want you to embrace it. However, we do need to hear constructive criticism and receive it. So this is the reason behind this video. It's to give you some constructive criticism from a place of love, because I don't want it from you. It's not like, when you're hearing it from a man and it's like, oh, this man, he wants me to submit. We'll touch that on a different video. But this man wants me to submit. He wants me to do this and do that. He wants me to act ignorant. He wants me to be oblivious to his shenanigans. So of course he's telling me this is the way it's done. Or another woman, I don't know if YouTube would allow me to say different races. I don't even know if YouTube would allow me to say my race, honestly. But this is coming like authentically, and I really want you guys to receive it because I know we can do so much better. I absolutely know it. The thing is, I'm not sure if we know how we're showing up as a unit. You understand? Like, imagine if everyone acted the way that you acted. Would that be a place that you wanted to live in? I really want you guys to consider that. I am from the hood, and I am from Washington, D.C. I was raised in Washington, D.C. I did go to Alexandria, Virginia school, so I was able to see kind of a difference between the states. But I do know that being in the hood does absolutely take the feminine quality away from women. And the way it did it for me was just walking the streets of Washington, D.C. and being like catcalled and stuff like that. It makes you kind of want to cover up, kind of want to put on like a boyish persona so that you're not catcalled at night, or somebody doesn't pull up to you and, scare you. And it's all basically done out of fear, at least for me. And I hope that I'm not like alone in this. I hope that I am talking to someone and I'm also telling their story. So in order to not be catcalled, I would, stop wearing certain clothes. I would stop walking certain ways. I stopped doing a lot of things. You can't even wear heels in the hood, honestly, because the streets are so awful. So as far as like wearing heels, it's like, girl, where are you going? They know you're not going anywhere with heels on in the hood. However, those things did like kind of start stripping my femininity away. And I didn't realize it until I went on this feminine journey. Also, you don't want to, in the hood, you don't want to like ruffle certain women's feathers. And if a woman in the hood perceives you as a threat, no, it's not problems that you want. Now, being in the hood, you learn how to fight, you learn how to defend yourself, but girl, that's just not problems that you want. Like, I don't have time. I'm just trying to go to work and come home. Really, I already got a man. I am no threat to you. But women who feel threatened, they like to round up other women that feel threatened, and then now you're the problem. And in order to avoid that, you kind of go into this shell of like not putting your best foot forward. Okay? So that's another angle as to why, the hood kind of strips you from your femininity. Also, it's a lot of straggly mothers, mothers who hate on their children. And anytime a child is putting their best foot forward, they see it as a threat. That happens. Now, that's not my personal experience. My mother was my cheerleader. Shout out to her. But I do notice that happens. I had a friend who mother seen her as a threat and literally cut all her hair off. Like, just trash, And it's a lot of trauma inside of being in a hood and just, operating and trying to survive. However, we are not in survival mode anymore. Some of us are, and for you, I would recommend that you get out of those situations as best as you can. However, the ones who were able to move outside of the hood, we're not in survival mode anymore. We don't need to behave that way. And it's a lot of flack inside of the Black community. It's literally people who would just rather not, because the Black experience is so aggressive now. It's like, for example, and I'm just sitting here and I'm watching you guys, and I know you guys are watching too, and maybe you are the person who I'm talking about. And if so, I'm not going to hold your hand when I say this, girl, you need to change. It's not cute. It's not cute. It's making all of us look bad. And people will rather judge rather than to see you as an individual. And before I get into this example, let me just say I absolutely hate when I show up as my best self and someone says, "Oh, you're unique. You're not like those other Black." I absolutely hate that, which is the reason why I decided to get on this video and decide to talk to you guys about it, because I hate it. I know it's women out here that is like me who wants to put their best foot forward. However, it's so many other women who just don't care. And I know we'll get into the stress behind it and we'll get into the reasons why we operate like that. But really, at the core of everything, no one cares. No one cares why you're showing up upset. No one cares why you are not pleasant. They just see you as not pleasant. Okay? And like I said, you are also the role model for our youth. So they're also showing up unpleasant. They're also showing up unkept. They're also showing up aggressive. It's not even about you no more. So, one day I was inside the 7-Eleven and I don't know. It doesn't matter what I was getting, but it was me being the only African American in the establishment. Now, this African American woman walked into the 7-Eleven and apparently the cashier did not load the cart that she wanted loaded, or they did it the wrong way. And this woman was vexing. I mean, absolutely vexing. She was showing her whole ass. The level of anger in that situation was like way too much, in my opinion. Like, it was uncalled for. It's something that can simply be fixed. They wasn't telling her that, she was being untruthful or anything. They were willing to fix it, but she was already at a 10. And I'm like, she doesn't even know how she's coming across. We're in a room with all these other ethnicities, and you are in here acting a damn fool. Imagine. So, this is something that I do, and honestly, I don't expect this from everyone because everybody shows up their own way. But for me, I feel like I had to overcompensate for such a nasty behavior from my sister because she's my sister. Every other culture understands that. Every other ethnicity understands that we are the same. We locked in. Girl, why are you acting a fool? So now I have to show up and I have to be extremely pleasant, even if I'm having a bad experience. I don't see why we can't handle things in a more pleasant manner. I'm telling you, you attract more bees with honey than you do with that other thing that they said you attract bees with. I don't know. But you would get your problem resolved a lot sooner if you're pleasant. I don't like that, y'all. I don't like it. I really don't. I love y'all so bad. And I want y'all to be like thriving individuals. And I want you guys to just be perceived as amazing because you absolutely are. At the core of you, you are. But you reserve that amazingness for people who are in your inner circle. And there's so much trauma to unravel. It's so much madness to like unpack. And I understand that, but at the end of the day, no one cares about it, Buki. They only care about how they are receiving you. And it is not good. It's not good, you guys. The femininity is being stripped from our community. The care for how we are showing up is becoming less and less. The mannerisms that we carry on is not up to par. It's really getting bad. And I wanted to come and share this with you guys because it's getting bad. And maybe you need to take a second and reflect on how you're showing up. You know, your trauma is not anyone else's problem. They don't care. Honestly, we don't care about the traumas when we're dealing with these men. They don't care about the traumas that you have when they're dealing with you. It's as simple as that. You know, everybody's not a therapist. So I really want you guys to take a look at yourselves and realize how you're showing up in the world, because you are showing up as the Black experience by default. And I want the Black experience to be improved because I know we are amazing. I know it. I know it. I've met so many amazing Black American women. However, we just need to be refined a little bit. And sometimes we carry on in such a manner where it's not enjoyable. And I really want the Black experience to be enjoyable. I want it to be enjoyable for everyone, for us, for your fellow Black sisters who love you, because we do. We absolutely love you. For the men that we encounter, we have to start loving them too, y'all. Especially if you guys want to be married and all that. We have to be feminine. We have to be feminine in all aspects. It cannot be aggressive all the time, y'all. It just can't be. It's not good. It's and if it works out for you, keep doing that. But if it's not working out for you, listen to what I'm saying, y'all. We can't keep showing up like that. And that's coming from someone who was perceived as so much different than I am now. I'll just say it like that. Okay? It's not hard work. It's something that you do have to consistently show up and do. You have to practice at it like you practice at everything else. But it's very much achievable, and it's going to elevate our community. And that's all I want, is for us to elevate our community. I want the stats to improve. I want the naysayers to shut up. But how can the naysayers shut up when they are being proven right with every action that you take? Anytime you decide you want to flip off in public. So I want you guys to heal. And I want you guys to be better. And I absolutely love you guys. I love you guys so much. Do better. But that's all I got, you guys. If you found this video enjoyable, definitely like the video. Share it with somebody who needs to hear this message, and definitely subscribe if you are liking my vibe or if you're liking the things that I'm putting down, because I'm only here to elevate us as women, to get us back to femininity with every upload. It's fun being a woman, and we have to get back to the enjoyment of it all. Anyway, I absolutely love you, and thank you so much for tuning in. It is much appreciated. Bye for now.